Oh, wow.
Why didn't...
Did we not get any of that, huh? Did you check this last one?
The last one worked.
Okay.
We just were talking about the most awesome shit for...
I know.
I know. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? I hit the fucking play button. Look at me. I feel like a dick. I hit the play button. I hit it. I hit the fucking play button.
See, this is what I was talking about in the last one. You know what I'm saying? It's like this kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like in you know.
You're not on mic as much.
It's. I mean, are we recording?
Oh yeah, we're recording.
Oh, we're recording now. But you know, like.
Jesus. We just had like 3 full conversations, and I don't think we're gonna be able to. You can't redo it.
We can't rehash that. Like, I mean, we talked about some pretty awesome things for 20 minutes. Just know that, man.
Just know. So, whatever you're hearing now, that's why. You know what? That's why I give so much credit. Well, that's why it's a double thing. I give so much credit to stand-up comedians, and they're fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Because they're able to say the same shit over and over and over and over again and be funny. Like it's a routine. They call it a routine.
Yeah, yeah.
And like to me, that's one of the hardest things to do. Like I don't think you and I would be able to redo our routine
because we're fucking freestyling. We're freestyling like this.
It will feel fucking canned.
This isn't
enforced.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna sit here and fake laughter.
Yeah,
funny one, Judo.
And also, that's why I don't like hanging out with comedians either, because they will fucking work their routine on you all the time.
Yeah, yeah, just trying material out on you.
They will fucking drop material on you all goddamn day. And it's like, are we having? Is this even like? Do you mean that from the heart? Does any of this shit mean anything to you?
Right. Is any of this on the fly, right?
Am I just an audience right now? Is that what this is? I'm just a fucking audience, right? It's crazy about airplanes, right? You're like, no, it isn't. What are you talking about? Man, yeah, it was good. We're talking about wasting food, all that shit.
All of it.
Ross doesn't like to waste food. That's all you need to know.
Yep. I don't like to waste food.
Man.
But you have something that you've told us about before.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. You have your dad's map, right? Get over it. It's over.
I know. I know.
It's
man.
over. Okay.
I know.
Let's keep it moving.
I'm gonna move it.
You got your dad's map.
I hit that fucking play button. I hit you fucking play button. I know I did. Apparently I ain't hit it hard enough.
We knew it was going to happen at some point in time, man.
This is the second time. It's 2 out of 22. So one every 11 times. Yeah, someone was hitting. We got some emails and a while back. And for some reason, people just love the idea of my dad writing inspirational. I was talking about my dad's house, and his house is literally like a fucking 10-year-old decorated it. Like it's just. I went there the last time I went there. It's
it's even better.
There's a painting I did on some cardboard that's. I promise you, I painted a monkey, a turquoise monkey eating a banana many years ago when I was living in Koreatown, and he took it, and that's up on the wall. Not framed, mind you, just like a fucking piece of cardboard with a turquoise monkey on that bitch.
That's his son's artwork, man.
Yeah, I guess so. It was, and he's got those heavy duty white plastic garbage bags, and he cuts them up and he writes inspirational things on them and tapes them to the wall or tacks them to the wall. He also has
he has multiples.
It's not just like one inspirational thing. No, it's like
see, I thought that it was just like one trash bag, and then he uses that, he reuses that one. There's multiple trash bags on the wall.
Yeah, they're all over that. Can you imagine? Like, imagine? I like, and then he puts this. He's got a really weird sense of what things are worth.
Yeah,
and he'll like have something from like the 40s, and he'll be like, "You see that? Thing with Santa Claus? That's worth like $300." And then I'll be like, "Let's look it up on eBay, Pop." It'll be like $4. You know? So he's got all this shit all over the house that he thinks is worth a ton.
Where does he get his information from? Like,
just from his brain. He's got like a 2x4. He's like, "Look at this 2x4. That's when it was really 2 inches by 4 inches. You know how much this is worth?" I'm like, I don't know, dude. It's a fucking antique piece of wood. Probably not that much. Not enough for you to like have it on display.
He saw Antiques Roadshow once.
He's never seen Antiques Roadshow, and if he has, he would know that his shit is worth nothing. Like anything that he would bring in, that like you would see on the television that he has something close to, it's never worth anything.
Yeah, it'd just be garbage.
He has some boots that he was swearing up and down was worth $300. They was worth $70 on eBay. I'm like, you can throw them bitches out. You don't even wear them anymore.
Is there a lot of shit that's just $300?
A lot of shit is like a few $100. You know what I mean? and he always brings up the fact to be like, "When I die, this is yours." And then he shows me where his money's stashed. I think I was telling you that.
Yeah, you told us about it. But
yeah. So last time I went there, I go upstairs. Okay. Oh, I guess like, can you imagine being a woman walking
there?
Going over there to sleep with this guy?
Right. You've went out with him, and your first time over here. You know what I'm saying? Like you've hung out with him, and you think maybe it's going well, maybe it's not going well. Either way. Once you get there,
you got a kitchen table in the living room with a computer and television on top of the kitchen table in the living room.
I think it, there would be different kind of women walking in there. You know what I'm saying? Because like I think there's a certain kind of woman, for her to graduate, you know what I'm saying, to that level, to make it to that checkpoint in the game, for her to make it to that save point. Yeah. I think she's pretty much, she's came to terms with it.
Where she's
it's
at?
Like, yeah, well, we're here now. This is the game I played.
He hits on everybody too. Like that's like, it's crazy because I'm so afraid. I love my dad and I got so many good things from him, but like I just watch him hitting on these people, like, or on women, and he is shameless, man. Like he's just shameless. Every time we're out, like he's trying to spit game to a broad, and he's clearly out of his league. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking like I got a better chance with this broad than you do, man. Like give me a fucking break. And he'll get mad at me, like, trying to drag him away. He's like, "What are you doing? I was doing good with her." I'm like, "No, you're scaring this woman. Like, you're scaring the woman with her child. Like, let her fucking continue on at the park."
Right.
So, anyway, my old man. So, the last time I went there, I saw he's got, like, a National Geographic's map, right? And on the map, he wrote his opinion on countries or what he thinks of when he sees that country.
So it's a world map.
Yeah, but with a magic marker, he just wrote all over the world map.
Okay.
Of the complete world. And I'm going to read you. We're going to play a game where I read you I'll read you
what some of the shit says?
Yeah. And then you can just tell me.
I have to say what country it is?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what it is. And he explained, because I had him explain these things to me.
Okay.
And the craziest shit about it is,
it made sense.
I could see where he was coming from. Like, I didn't all the way agree with him. I didn't agree with him on everything, but I was like, oh, okay, that's why you wrote that, you fucking lunatic.
Okay, so we'll see. We'll see if it's something that everybody gets or if it's just some familial shit.
All right, so this is I'll start off easy. Extension of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Yup.
Canada.
Very good.
Okay. Okay. Explanation?
That's just, I don't know. That's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I started with that one. A nation of sociopaths in heavy winter clothes and warm boots.
What? Hold up. Read it again?
A nation of sociopaths. And then he goes in and writes mostly and puts an arrow to qualify the statement. A nation of mostly sociopaths in heavy winter clothes and warm boots.
In warm boots. In heavy winter clothes and warm boots. Fucking Russia?
Yes. You want to know his reasoning? God damn it. Here's his reasoning. Because in Russian orphanages, they don't hug the children enough, and that creates sociopaths. Because there was this one thing with monkeys that weren't hugged enough and the monkeys died, and he feels that creates fucking crazy killers, and that's why Russia has so many crazy killers, because there's so many Russian orphans.
And what is his insanity attributed to?
He was beat severely as a child.
Oh, straight up.
Oh my God. My Nunu would hit him with 2x4s as a 4-year-old. He would fuck him up.
Damn.
Yeah, my Nunu he's chilled out since, but my 2 uncles got the shit kicked out of them. And then in turn, they would beat the shit out of other people. It's, that's how things go.
Yeah.
I always say, and I feel like we became a nation of pussies when our parents stopped hitting us. Because, if you get hit by your parents, getting hit out in the street, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting your ass whooped anyway. So, you're more likely to fucking get in a fist fight. Nowadays, everyone wants to talk it out.
Right. And put that fear of God in you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yo, that shit, that was the biggest thing is like you didn't get in trouble in school because you thought, I'm going to get fucked up when I get home.
Yeah.
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 Not, I'm going to get sent to my room or I'm not going to be able to.
I won't be able to play
my PlayStation.
Yeah. I won't be able to watch TV in my room. I'll have to go watch with my parents.
It's like no, I'm going to get my ass kicked. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? My old man never hit me because he was so traumatized by him getting his ass whooped. He was like, I'm never going to hit my kid.
Yeah.
He tried to hit me once, but he had carpal tunnel, so he hurt himself. He went to hit me. He was like, ah! I was like, all right.
I've only struck mine twice. And that was when she was a baby. I think all parents, hear me now, whoop your kids until they're 3, right? Whoop the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? Just if when necessary. You know what I'm saying? The two times with mine, she ran out in the traffic. Okay.
So you grabbed her and whooped her.
She ran out in the traffic, and so I whooped her ass from ankle to forehead. Bam! And she never did that shit again, and that was the last time I had to whoop her.
I never whooped my kid, and I feel like I'm not against whooping a kid. I think what it's about is putting the fear of God. If you
That's what it is.
If you can achieve that without laying hands on the child, great. If you can't, then fucking do it. But the child needs to fear you because reason doesn't always work with the child.
Right.
Once they get older, you can reason with them down the road, but no, my word is fucking law.
Right.
And you need to be afraid of that shit.
And we all know how kids work, man. You know what I'm saying? Like kids, they take it from the time that we're born. You know what I'm saying? We're manipulators. You know what I mean? Like we use our crying as that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I see now. It's the first way we communicate. I see now. Like when I cry, I get something. You know what I'm saying? And that's when it starts. We start using that shit. Okay, I know. When I start crying, you'll do whatever I want you to do. But if I whoop that ass when you cry, I'm like, oh well, that's not doing anything. I better find something else.
What if you I would just she would cry and I would I would remove her from the situation and we would just have the waiting game. And you're going to fucking shut the fuck up sooner or later because this is not going to happen. And luckily for me, my kid, my kid wasn't that stubborn. If I had a real stubborn kid, perhaps I'd have had to fucking beat her ass.
Yeah.
You ready for another one?
Yeah.
Way too many of these people. We're doing my dad's map hanging up on the wall. Way too many of these folks. Excuse me.
Oh, man.
And so, human life's very cheap here.
Oh, well, that's Canada. No, I'm just playing. I'm going to say, and it's wild because I can see the reasoning in this. You know what I'm saying? I can see the reasoning in it. It's Mexico.
No,
it's
China.
Well,
China.
It applies there too. It applies a lot of places.
It applies to a lot of places, but
China
has the most people.
Give me his reasoning.
Well, China has a shitload of people.
Yeah.
And therefore, humans, they don't give a fuck. They'll fuck. Look at China. They skin their own people and then send them, and then they put them up on display.
Yeah.
Like that muscle shit. That's all Chinese motherfuckers. Those are like ex-cons and stuff like that. Those the bodies in motion.
There's
a shit bodies in motion that tours the world, and it's like skinned people like that have been coated in plastic or something to maintain their bodies, and they're doing different things.
Okay.
All Chinese motherfuckers.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But I can see that.
Here's another one. Their government sucks, so they invade the U.S. with full and complete aid of the U.S., whose leaders are always looking for cheap labor.
Mexico.
There you go.
Mexico.
Their government sucks, so they invade the U.S. I mean, I agree with them. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yo.
It's true.
With full and complete support. That's the shit that kills me. It's these people, like these Republicans that are like, oh, we need to keep these Mexicans out. And the Democrats are like, everybody deserves a chance. They're all taking full advantage of fucking cheap
both sides.
Labor.
Yeah. You know, but what happens, right? What happens, you know, like when the people say something, you know what I mean? Like, you know, in order to get that vote, right?
Yep.
I have to lay one way on the issue.
They'll say anything they can, but both sides are exploiting these people. Mm-hmm. Both sides are it's exploitation. And the only people that really are getting fucked is the poor people that have to compete with more poor people for jobs.
Yeah.
Well, they don't. And this is the other thing. Like, Americans don't work as hard. See, yes, sometimes they don't. But, like, in certain instances, but go to Michigan, man. Like, yo, motherfuckers of every color mow lawns out in that bitch. Motherfuckers of every color work in the back of restaurants. Like, you can take that shit and fuck off. Mm-hmm. Here's another one. No welfare state here. Many gated communities.
No welfare fair state here, many gated communities. I got nothing.
South America.
Yeah.
Since they don't have a welfare state, they have all these gated communities that keep poor people out. Here's this one. One very tiny, very aggressive nation.
One very tiny, very aggressive nation.
Yep.
And, well, I guess.
See, to me, there was two options.
With the, because my question is like, you know, what's tiny, people or size of the country?
Size of the country. One very tiny, very aggressive nation.
Japan?
See, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But it's Britain, which is the same.
Okay.
Because they went all around the world and whooped everybody's ass. You know what I mean? Like they went and colonized all these spots.
Yeah.
But I was thinking Japan for the same reason, because Japan fucking fucked Asia up. You know what I mean? Like China, Korea, all that shit. They was over there whooping everybody's ass.
Right. It's the small man's complex.
It is. It's like we don't got a lot of space. We're tiny. We're like, so we're gonna go take your shit.
We gotta show you what we can do.
Unwieldy continent, way too many cultures, way too many languages, way too many Idi Amin cowards posing as leaders.
I already know.
And the fucking media romanticizes these cowards by calling them warlords. The unvarnished truth is that they are cowards.
This is the biggest. This is the biggest platform so far. You know what I'm saying? The biggest soapbox.
He was very upset about the warlords.
Yeah, but I think we know it's Africa.
Yep.
Yeah. But he feels strongly about Africa.
Yes. Way too many.
He's pissed about that shit.
Yeah. He does not like warlords.
At all.
They're fucking cowards in his book.
At all. He's pissed about Idi Amin.
Calling them warlords or cowards. I don't even know. I didn't even know what to say to that. I was like, all right, yeah. I'm not, but that's the other thing. The strength of a lot of times, the strength of a country is the common language, that because it's easy to communicate.
Yeah.
So you got some of these countries over there where it's like, shit, they got 100 different languages in one country, man.
Yeah,
like how can you keep that? How can you communicate to everybody? How can everybody be on the same page?
Right. And what I've heard is that they have the one and I think we might even talked about this shit before, the Bill Bryson shit, where, what is it, Creole and
the pidgin
and pidgin,
where it's like the two different languages that can't speak each other's language make a new language by communicate. Yeah, so it's a fucking shit show there, as far as languages go. And you know, they do have some wacky. I think we were talking about that, like they were chopping off dicks to cure AIDS and drinking.
Yeah,
they got some shit that kind of goes against science.
Yeah, it's pretty wild in Africa. You know what I'm saying? They got some pretty wild ideas.
Women endure very low status here. That could be a lot of places.
That could be a lot of places. I would say India.
You are fucking right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because they're raping their asses off.
They're raping the shit out of women in India.
Yo, they are getting their fucking rape on.
That shit is like, what was you talking about the other day? It's just like Flint, Michigan.
They're fucking raping the shit out of people.
Straight the fuck up.
Yeah. It's yo, you can't even roll out. You can't roll out. You can't get on the bus.
Horrible ways. Which your man thinking he's gonna protect you?
Oh, they'll beat him to death. They'll rape you in front of him.
Rape the shit out of you while he's there bleeding.
Yo, that's some fucked up shit, man. Like I'd have to get a pistol. You know what I mean? If I'm a chick, I gotta get. You not gonna be.
Get the fuck out of India. Okay, get the fuck out of India. Like I forget the numbers they were saying, man, but like it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was like thousands upon thousands upon thousands in a year.
Yo, yeah, they don't. Yeah, and the crazy shit is like they still got the caste system over there. Whether they're like, you know, I know a guy that's from the upper caste, like from the very top caste, and it's crazy, man. Like it's a whole nother like. He talks to everybody like they're servants and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
straight up.
Yeah, he's so being of that top caste is so ingrained in him.
Yeah.
That even he comes over here and he claims minority and shit. And yeah, to a certain he's a minority.
Over here, yeah.
Quote unquote minority, but he's fucking some rich guy from India. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he talks to people any old kind of way because that's how he's used to that shit. He's used to fucking. It's always hard for me to see somebody with money, born rich, claim oppression because the bottom line is like if you're not poor, then it's kind of
Right.
hard to fucking, you can always buy your way out of a situation,
Right.
right? Like, you can always buy your way up.
And what's really bad for you? You know what I'm saying? What's really bad for you? Like I saw a story on Oprah. I guess she was I forget where I think she was over in Europe or something, and she went into some store and
They didn't recognize her?
and wouldn't give her the bag.
She wanted to buy a $40,000 bag, and the guy was like, no, it's too much for you.
Yeah. It's like she said no, you don't want that one. You don't want and then they released a story saying that she was embarrassed by the price, and that's why she didn't want to let Oprah have the bag. And but it's the thing is that, like, it's like that's as bad as it gets for you, isn't it, Oprah? Like,
they won't let you buy a $40,000 bag that you want to buy
because they don't recognize you.
Because they don't watch daytime television.
And then, right? It's like, this also says that you are not, like you're putting out this story to say that, look, see, it even happens to Oprah, but
Right.
all of us don't have there's not going to be a press conference. There's no story leak.
That's a good point.
You know
I didn't
what I'm
think
saying?
about. I didn't think the only person that's going to leak that story is fucking Oprah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she, you have this platform where you can, like, boycott the fucking store. Like, and I thought it was hilarious too how they put out the name of the store. You know what I'm saying? Like, just so they get the motherfucker shut down.
And the crazy shit is like they don't. Also, the thing is, they're implying that the implication is it's a black person doesn't have the money to buy this, but we don't know if they was gonna do that to anybody. It's a $40,000 bag, dude.
Right. It's what I was saying with that. Exactly to the point is that, like, you don't know, like, run a sting, Oprah. You have the capability. Send somebody else in there.
Send a fucking white lady and see if they give them the bag before you fucking drop that shit.
Yeah, see how that goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know you got white people that you can send up in there.
You got a couple on the payroll, man. Just send one of the motherfuckers up in there. Send Dr. Phil and see if they sell them the fucking bag.
And then we'll
feel bad for
you.
you.
We'll do the what would you do shit.
Man, that's fucked up, Oprah. They won't let you buy that $40,000 bag.
It's fucked up. You can't. You're the only black female billionaire. You know what I mean? But you still can't have that bag.
You can buy anything.
You could make a factory that makes those bags. Right? But you can't have that motherfucker from the store.
If it was that deep, she should have bought the fucking store
Straight the
and
fuck
shut
up.
it down. Like, if it's that, actually, there's a club that's opening in Vegas. I forgot the name of it, but they got like these two big name DJs. I want to say maybe something Mouse, Dead Mouse, maybe, and some other dude. Don't quote me though. This fucking like Saudi Arabian prince went to a club in South Africa or in Las Vegas, and they wouldn't let him in. So he was like, "Fuck that! I'm opening my own club. It's gonna be bigger than everybody else's. He's got like the biggest people, and he's just gonna try to shut down the club that fucking wouldn't let him in."
Straight the fuck up.
Like, that's some G shit.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, man.
Like, you don't like
That's
it
the way to do
fucking
it.
like, yeah. But yeah, if I was Oprah, I'd just buy a shop across the street and shut them motherfuckers the fuck down.
Now you've got nothing. Now you've got now everybody related to this story is going to lose money.
See, even Oprah can't buy a bag. I can't escape my blackness. It's like, come on, man.
Like, it's not a big deal. And and even seeing her talk about this shit, she didn't give a fuck. But it's still just that little bit where she had to put the story out there. It's like, get the fuck over it, Oprah.
Help me relate to you.
I was off of that. I was looking at motherfuckers with money and black motherfuckers with money, but so there's only like a few black billionaires.
Yeah.
But the thing that I saw is that the richest motherfucker in the world now is a Mexican cat.
What does he do? What does he sell?
I don't know. His name's Carlos Slim.
That's a
Right? It
gangster-ass
sounds like a
name, bro.
gangster name. You know what I mean?
Fucking Carlos Slim.
But yeah, I don't know what he does, but he's got like, I think it was like 73 billion.
He should loan some money to Mexico so motherfuckers aren't so broke over there.
For real. You know?
Like, times are tough. I see them over here. They left. Shit is bad. They came over here, man. Why don't you loan them some money?
You know, buy the country out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Help them motherfuckers out, dog. They struggling, boy. They struggling. They fucking struggling. Oh, speaking of which,
that's because it's not 1% down there. It's just 1.
Here's another one from my dad's map, which corresponds with what you just said. Little, if any, illegal Mexican immigration here.
Little, if any,
illegal Mexican immigration here.
I don't know. What?
Australia. I said, how come? He said, they can't swim there. He's clowning.
It's fucked up.
And then he's got this arrow that says back to Africa. And it's pointing from the U.S. to Africa. And I'm like, yo, Pop, what's the deal with this back to Africa arrow? He was like, because back in the day, the black people was trying to go back to Africa. I was like, okay, Dad, whatever the fuck you say.
So he doesn't have any more information than that. He's got the slogan, but he doesn't know anything about Marcus Garvey or
well, that's what he was referring to. And he's got the map. He's got the trip mapped out. It starts in Florida and shoots over to
like, yeah, that would be the launch point. Right? We're gonna take it to Florida.
Yeah, and I think it ends up at the Ivory Coast or some shit. I don't know.
Let's all meet in Florida, man. We're going to Africa.
Yeah. So there was more, but that was some of the shits from my dad's. He's crazy, Doug.
He's a character, man. He is a character. He needs his own reality show.
I was telling him, but like the problem is like I know a couple of people like this is when they want to be funny, they're not funny, but when they're just being themselves, they're fucking hysterical because they're such characters. And that's my old man. I'm like, just do you. Like, if you just do you, you're fucking jokes for days because nobody thinks like you, bro.
Right.
Like, there's nobody thinking like Ange in this world.
No, he's a special.
I remember back in the day, man. Like, he'd like. He was weird, man. Like, he was like, what's up? Like, I don't know if he ever did you like this, but he'd be like, to try to get you uncomfortable, he'd grab your dick and stare. He'd be like, and like, I'm a teenager, and he would do this to my buddies. He'd be like, what's up, bro? And like mean mug the shit out of you and then grab your dick.
Nope, never happened to me.
And I'm like, is it like, are you like gay or is this like some weird like, is it like some weird prison style like a great aggression rape shit like where you're like fucking like yeah bitch yeah dog. He should do that shit to Rachel's boyfriends, like fucking, like what's up, man? Like grab their asses and like mean mug the shit out of them or grab their dicks. He's fucking crazy.
What the fuck is wrong?
I don't know, dog. I don't know. And but like on the flip side, he won't even watch porn with fucking in it because he doesn't want to see dicks. He just wants to see the vagina. So I don't know what's going on with the dude. Like I'm like, you fucking.
That's a crazy world right there, man.
Like, are you gay, Pop? Like, like if you're gay, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's good, right? But that's a crazy world right there, bro.
Can you imagine how uncomfortable that was for me as a 15-year-old? Like watching him like grab like some teenager's dick and like mean mug him.
No.
Like whose dad does that? Like what the fuck, man? Whose dad does that? You lunatic. I love him. He's crazy, man.
Yeah,
That motherfucker is nuts.
I mean, like you know, you tell me stories about him, but like I don't. Maybe he just like behaved himself differently with me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I never saw this kind of light. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know if he like restrained himself when I would come around or what.
Are you mad that he never tried to grab your dick?
Kinda.
Are you like, well, my dick's not good enough?
You know what I mean? It's the black thing, ain't it?
Oh, he didn't give a fuck. It was anybody could get it. Anybody could get it.
But I've always thought of him as a good dude, man.
Oh, he's the shit. He's just fucking nuts. He's just literally crazy. I'll give it to him that he used to come up to my elementary school when I was, because he can't keep a job. He'll just not be working for fucking a long, like I don't even know what he does right now. Like, so there'd be times when he wouldn't be working and he would just come up to my elementary school just to come hang out with me. Like I'm in the 5th grade and he's out there kicking it with all the kids and shit. And I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, it was good to see him, but I'm like, what is this deal? Like, why is he up here fucking like let me fucking go
right
to
now.
school.
Yeah, it's like this is my time.
Why are you over here fucking making friends with 5th graders? And turns out he was fucking the teachers. He was fucking all the teachers. He was banging out all these fucking the librarian over there, the fucking 3rd grade teachers.
Yo, everybody's got their way, man. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that was Big Ang's way, man.
Man, that guy's awesome.
You know,
I would bring him on here. Like I would if he was out here, I would try to bring him on here, but he would turn it into like some weird thing about capitalism and how he hates capitalism and shit like that.
I'd be willing to try, man. You know what I'm saying? I'd be willing to try just to see where that would go.
Yeah, that's just
see where that would go, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and we talked about having guests on, man. Like I told you, I want to have my cousin Dave,
who is funny as hell. I
I
don't want to overhype him, but he's a character too.
Yeah, he's a fucking nut. You know what I mean? So you may see him in the future. You people.
My grandma used to say that shit.
You people?
Yeah. And I like to us, you know what I mean? But I'm like, yo, grandma, you got to watch that shit because some people take that.
Some people are offended by you people.
Yeah. Black people are offended.
let's be real, right?
They don't really like you people that much. What do you mean, you people?
You people. I mean, come on. I mean, like, I use people a lot. You know what I'm saying? For different things. You know what I'm saying? Like when I say my parents, I say my peoples.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or my people. Or when I'm saying like like your people, like it's a figure of speech. You know what I mean? It's a figure of speech. Like, when I'm talking about women folk, I say like your people. I
call them cock deposits.
Cut and cunts
and cunt holes. They love that shit.
They love it.
They love it when I call them a cunt
eat
hole.
it up. Hey, it doesn't hurt your shit at all. You know what I'm saying? Like you still pull them.
I do
pretty perfectly.
I do. I did have some sex a few weeks back that just made me never wanna. Every now and again, like I'll get tired of fucking around, and I had like a string of just like one after the other of like really mediocre sex, and I was just like, they made me want to stop fucking. it just made me want. I'm like, you know what? What's it all for? It was like one of them shits like you're looking in the mirror at yourself.
Why am I doing this?
It's like, what is this all for? What? Jesus Christ!
Is it the people or was it the sex?
It was the sex.
It was the sex purely.
It was just like, it was like C-. You know what I mean? It was like a bunch of C- sex with different women throughout the week, and I was just, and then like. I'm holding I got a fart. I'm holding in farts. My stomach hurts. They're over there laying in the bed, and I'm just looking at myself in the mirror like, why, man? Like, why do you keep doing this? Like, why do you keep doing this?
Let me ask you a question. How high is sex in order of importance for
a
you?
girl?
You know what I'm saying? Nah, for you in life. You know what I mean?
It's
like
top three.
Top.
It's pretty fucking important. It's pretty fucking important. It's kind of like job, sex, job. Well, no, top 4 or 5.
Of any given time, what you'd rather be doing.
Yeah, or I gotta be working. I don't know, man. It's pretty important.
Yeah, I'm not talking about of course you got to work, you get your money, pay your bills and shit. So let's pull that out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about talking about just leisurely activities. You know what I'm saying? It's
as far as activities go,
it's number one.
Well, you can't have sex all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like reading and watching television. I say reading first, but I've been watching more TV than reading.
Me too.
And I'm trying to act like I got a book that I'm reading, but
right? I read, right? I read.
I'm in a book club.
If you it would be different that you say that you read and you don't ever crack a book,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But if you've read something, you know what I mean, whether it was last month, you know what I'm saying, you read.
Yeah, I try to read a book a month type deal.
Yeah. I've really just gotten into.
Yeah, you told me you just started reading fiction.
Fiction. Yeah.
You're like my cousin Danny. Danny hates reading fucking fiction. He didn't read fiction for forever. And how do you like fiction?
It's good. You know what I'm saying? It's good. I'd rather watch a movie, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's good. I'm used to reading something that, I can take something from, I can learn something from, you know what I mean? Not that you can't learn anything from fiction. And the fiction shit that I'm reading, the Asimov shit, you know what I'm saying? The Isaac Asimov, the robot series. And it's good. It's entertaining, It's entertaining, but the whole time I'm reading it, I'm like, man, this would make a really good movie.
Man, they need to. Yo, I even fall into that, and I don't like nonfiction. I only like to read fiction. I'm the exact opposite of you. I'll read nonfiction, but it's I don't know. I prefer reading fiction.
Okay.
And I'll be reading that they need to make this a motherfucking movie. This would be the shit. But what I get out of a lot of times when I'm reading this fiction shit, it's reflective. I reflect on my life. I think about it. Just makes me think about my life or think about the times so it's I'm thinking on it all the time. But I might not be learning a skill or learning a fact.
Yeah,
but it does make me reevaluate myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, speaking of movies, man. They're making a fucking American version of Old Boy.
Yeah, I heard about this a while ago. At one point, your boy Will Smith was supposed to be in it.
For real?
Yeah.
As the lead?
Yeah.
Huh. He wouldn't have been bad, I guess. He seems so happy, though.
It would have been different, you know what I'm saying? So they are going through with that.
The Fresh Prince of Old Boy. Yeah, you know who's the old boy?
Who?
He's from Goonies.
Brolin?
Yeah. Fucking Brolin's old boy.
That doesn't seem bad. Brolin's not bad, man.
I like Brolin, but here's the thing: I've never seen a foreign movie where I'm like, this would be so much better if they were speaking English.
Yeah.
I'm like, just read the subtitles, dude. Quit.
But Doug, and that's Hollywood. That's Hollywood, Doug. Especially right now, you know what I'm saying? And through the 2000s, Doug.
Yeah.
Damn near everything we're watching, man, is somebody else's shit.
Have you seen a movie where where you prefer? Because I was trying to think.
I prefer the foreign version.
No. Where you prefer the American version? I 9 times out of 10, I can't think of a movie where I'm like, the American version is killing the original foreign version.
I like the American Office better than the British Office.
Huh.
And it's probably because the order I watched it in. Had I seen the British version first, I probably, not that I don't dislike the British version. I just like the American one better.
Huh. That's crazy.
I'm gonna watch.
I fucking hate Jim and his girl after a while.
Yeah,
and the American version, they're just grating on me. I just want to fucking get hit by a bus.
They go a little deep into it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Dwight's jokes, though, that motherfucker's funny.
He's a nut. He's a nut. This is what I was going to tell you.
I don't.
House of Cards, man. House of Cards is a
British
remake.
thing. Yeah.
Well,
they kind of fleshed that out and brought it out a little bit more. House of Cards is what, a 3-part miniseries? For like BBC.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
I haven't seen it yet. You watched it?
Nah, but I would be into watching it. But that is a remake. All right, so those are a couple that you like better. You know what? I think that Ricky Gervais in The Office doesn't let people get off enough. He would, like, in the British Office, which I like, you know what I mean? I actually prefer it to the American one just because there's with American shit, you got to do 20 fucking episodes, so it gets diluted. With the British shit, they'll have fucking 10 episodes, 5 episodes a season.
Yeah, and so it's tighter.
Yeah, shit is mad tighter.
Yeah.
But watching that shit, like, I think that Ricky Gervais doesn't let this fucking mic, dude. He doesn't let people get off, dude. Like Gareth.
Yeah.
Is way funny, and he does not get to like clown as much as Dwight does.
Let him shine.
He does not. He wants to be the fucking star. He's like, I think a lot of his personality is in that fucking character. Dude.
Yeah. I mean, because you see it, you see it in everything that he does. You know what I mean? Like it's about him. You know what I mean? Like the side characters really don't have any play.
And a lot of times they're the funnier ones. You know what I mean? Like, as they should be. That's what side characters are for.
Yeah, it's what the ensemble is about, right? I mean, like, there's so many shows. Seinfeld, right? That's what made Seinfeld. It was because it definitely wasn't Jerry Seinfeld.
Nah, it was Costanza. It was fucking Kramer. It was Elaine.
Straight up. All the extra cats that would come in every episode, you know what I'm saying?
Soup Nazi, motherfucking Newman.
Joe Davola, crazy Joe Davola.
Which one was he?
He was the he was like an albino cat, you know what I'm saying? And he I forget what he fell out with Jerry for. I think it might have been over some jokes or some shit.
Oh, I think I remember that shit. Yeah.
They were ducking him, you know what I mean? And he started going out with Elaine. It was an episode they were going to the opera, and he dressed up like a clown. But one of the funniest moments was when he called Jerry and left a message on his answering machine where he's telling him that, you know, like he was going to see him, and then in the middle of talking, he's like, I had a hair in my mouth, but you already knew that because you put it there. This shit was silly, man. This is what I was going to speak on, though, talking about movies. When you said Brolin, it made me think of it. Is it, you know, there's a bunch of bullshit about Affleck playing Batman.
Oh, Batman
in the Man of Steel sequel. I can't really see him as a Batman, you know what I'm saying? And it's because, like, you know, Batman's dark, dude. He's like he's insane. You know what I'm saying? Like his
parents got killed in front of him.
I could see Affleck as Superman. You know what I'm saying? And the connection to that, the reason is because somebody was asking me this, and I said that
Batman
Brolin
versus Superman. Oh, you would
I
like
said
to see
Brolin would make a good Batman.
Brolin would make a good Batman.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, but here's the deal. I'm kind of tired of fucking Batman. And let's be real, Christian Bale was annoying as Batman.
Yeah.
His voice
it was just the voice. It was the voice.
His voice just made me fucking want to punch a hole through his head. And I like Christian Bale.
Yeah.
But, like, after a while, that dude got on my nerves.
Yeah.
Like, by the third Batman,
it was too much.
2 hours into it, I was done.
Much.
I'm like, fuck, I wanted Bane to kill him so bad. I'm like, fucking kill this dude. Fucking end this motherfucker right now.
And you know, and that's what it is, man. Like, that's why casting is really important in that shit, man. You got to have the right motherfuckers to play these things.
And the thing is like, this Batman, they're trying so hard to launch a Superman franchise because it's dead money right now.
Yeah,
it's like they're watching. They see what's going on with the Avengers, even fucking Thor, Spider-Man, Iron Man. There's Batman. These things are fucking cash cows.
Yeah,
and here they got Superman, and they cannot get Superman off.
Can't do it, right?
And I think a lot of it has to do with like just the type of superhero he is. Mm-hmm. All these other superheroes are a little more complicated, man. They're like they got these weird dark pasts. They got fucked up powers. They have weaknesses.
Yeah.
His only weakness is kryptonite. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
How interesting is that?
And you got to figure out a kind of way for for his enemies to get a hold of that shit. You know what I mean? It's coming up with all kinds of creative ways. Where did this kryptonite come from? Where did this kryptonite come from?
Like if I came from Earth, right, and then went to some other place where I could just fuck everybody up, like, is really some dirt from Earth gonna hurt me? You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't it make me more powerful? Like, this is my Earth dirt.
Okay, right. And
like, bitch, I got my Earth dirt. I'm gonna fuck you up.
And and I think we might have spoke on it, but the fucking the last one, when he breaks Zod's neck, you know what I mean? It's like, so okay, all this time, that's what could have happened to you. Somebody could have just broke your neck.
Is that what? I haven't even seen it. I didn't even watch that. I refuse to go see it. I'll go see this. I'll go see the one with. I'll be real with you. I always thought Superman was kind of faggy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
As far as superheroes go, I never read Superman. I didn't even read Batman, but I was more of a Marvel dude. I think we were talking about this.
Yeah, we did.
But I think Batman's a little more accessible to me. You know what I mean? Like, he's a little cooler.
Yeah.
Superman's a fucking cheeseball.
What I liked about, like I said, the thing about Batman, man, is that he's a dark character.
Like, if Superman was addicted to speed, like, suddenly I'd be like, man, this dude is fucking spun out of his mind, like, flying around, you know. Fuck, like, Lois Lane was like a fucking hooker, you know what I mean? He's trying to get her to stop tricking. Like, suddenly Superman's starting to make sense to me. I'm like, okay, yeah, he loves this bitch, but he can't get her to fucking stop being a whore. And like, the pimp is like living in this bitch's brain, and he knows that if he kills the pimp, then she'll never forgive him, and then he'll lose her forever. Like, then I'll be like, okay, man, that's a good. But it's like, I can't let her know who I am. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta go in this phone booth.
And that's the thing for me, man, is it fucking, there's too much of that. There's too much of that story. You know what I mean? The Lois and Clark thing. You know what I mean? There's just too much of that. It's like, I don't think that he would really care that much about that bitch.
Like, he's from another world, bitch. Bitch, I'm from another world. The fuck you gonna do for me? The fuck you what the fuck you? I got alien pussy lined up waiting for me.
Straight the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could fuck every bitch on the planet in like seconds.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
And he's the one person that realizes that there's really other fish in the sea. Like, you can go to other planets and get some pussy. Like, I would not be hung up over one chick on Earth. Like, nah,
right,
dog.
right. Who keeps trying to get in, shit just so I come rescue her, puts herself into harm's way because she knows that I'm gonna pull her ass out, of the fire every time.
And that's, what are you doing? You're enabling her to be an asshole.
Straight the fuck up. So she, and you know what that creates too. That creates this chick that's gonna be out like talking shit to everybody. What? You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit. My man come do fuck. And then
at the Dodgers game with a Cardinals hat on, fucking talking shit to some Mexicans. Fuck you, motherfuckers. Fuck you, fat bald motherfucker. What's that teardrop for, bitch? Why you crying? Superman, help me, Superman. Come over there, fuck him up and shit. Like, come on, man.
Straight the fuck up.
You right. Yeah, that's all you can do is create.
Straight the fuck up.
Yeah, there's a certain brand of girl that just loves getting with the badass guys just so that she can fucking get him into fights, man. Mm-hmm. I hate that girl.
She can talk shit. Yeah, I hate her too.
There's a famous story about Hex Murder, who is a Detroit. He's kind of like a Detroit underground hip hop, like legend type dude. Mm-hmm. He was with the Dreadnoughts and Guilty Simpson and all these different people. And there's a story where they're outside of the club and he's arguing with the couple, and it's a man and his man and woman. They're all up in his face, and he knocks her out, and then he knocks him out on top of her. And they go to sleep on the concrete. He puts them both to sleep on the concrete. I love that story.
Sounds like every other story that I've heard about the dude. Straight up, man.
He's like, me and him get along really well. He's real happy and shit with me.
Yeah.
And I remember we were at some I think it was a Proof thing. It was after Proof died, and there was going to be this fight, and Hex was about to be in the fight, and I was like, I just was walking over by there to try to chill him out. Like, all right, I know this guy can talk to him. Like, hey, yo, Hex, man, chill out. It was like I didn't even exist. He was like, get the fuck out. Like, he just kind of dismissed me and went over there, punched me. There was no talking to him. You know what I mean? There was no hey, man, maybe you shouldn't knock this dude's head off type deal. This is for a dead person. Maybe we, just chill out. We're like, let's be peaceful. This guy died from gun violence. He just was like, he ain't hurt me or nothing, but he literally just pushed me out the fucking way and went on his way to go beat the hell out of somebody. I don't know if he ended up doing it, but he should. Yeah, he went from happy to not happy real fast.
I remember when the first time I met him, you know what I'm saying? It was it was through you. You know what I'm saying? It was through you, and I think you had told him that I was at a certain spot. You know what I'm saying? That I was Drew's. We were at Drew's or something like that, and that we should meet. And I had told the people that I was with, that I was gonna meet him. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, I don't know anything about this dude at the time, right? You just told me that I should meet him. You know what I'm saying? But what? Hex is gonna be up here. Hex is gonna be up here. Motherfuckers start ducking and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just at the mention of his name, dog. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers are snapping their necks off, looking. Hex. Right? No, man, I gotta go, man. Because a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend had a problem with him. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't want to be connected.
He is sometimes irrational like that. It's probably for the best. It's crazy because I know me and him get along famously. I love that dude to death to this day. But I was like, when that shit was going down, I was like, it's okay, guys. Let me handle this. I'll talk to him. I got it. It's when I know how to talk to him. Me and him get along really. Oh shit. Okay, never mind. Good luck, bro.
I know. Tough guys, right? I know tough guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Bet, who's a boxer.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? He's a former boxer and shit, fought De La Hoya twice, he didn't win, but he still fought, and I've seen him knock motherfuckers out.
Right.
Okay? He was like, oh man, Hex is coming. No, man, see, there's something might have happened, man, where I don't know where he's at with it, but I'm gonna just go.
He's like Debo. Like people leave like he's Debo and shit.
I'm like, what? I'm like, what's going on? We were at Bet's restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
How you gonna leave your own place? How you gonna leave your own restaurant?
He's ducking in his own restaurant.
He's like, oh man, I left something under the table. There's a famous story about him too, and this is the shit. Like these are the things. It's like, it's that deal where it's like a person's legend it might be true, it might not be true, but like this legend, it becomes like the legend of a person.
Yeah.
But he confirmed this. I asked him, but. Outside of St. Andrews, there's often shootings and people are always fighting and stuff like that because there was also like legends, and there was a bunch of clubs that would get out and people would end up fighting. I guess there was shooting outside of St. Andrews, and he was on the street, and he wouldn't stop texting on his two-way. He just looked up while they were shooting at each other, didn't move, didn't duck, and just continued texting on his two-way in like the line of fire, like bullets are flying by him, like look, and he just like lifts up, looks around, and goes back to texting. I was like, man, you crazy for that, dog. Shout out to Hex.
Straight up, Hex Moiter, man.
Shout out to that dude. He's fucking. All we've been doing is talking about crazy motherfuckers all day. Oh, let's answer some emails. Yo, if you want to email us, it's ForReallyShow. What is it? ForReallyShow@gmail.com.
ForReallyShow@gmail.com. 1 R.
If you got any questions, comments, motherfucking suggestions.
If you've heard something that we've talked about here and you want to follow up with us, or
I just like to use them for material, man. I really do. It kind of makes it easier for us, like. It's like it helps us out for us to not have to come up with shit to read about.
Okay, I got one here.
What?
This is from Matt. It says, "What's up, fella?" I guess this is to one of us. Fucking love the Fucking love the PCast.
Man, we do our best at this PCast. So
he's coining some shit here.
I guess you're not
one
the
of
only,
my people.
Yeah, I guess you're not the only one. Hey, that PCast shit is yabba dabba do.
I'm telling all my buddies about it. I heard you guys discussing on one of the last shows that you're not living if you never got beat up. Well, when was the last time you guys got beat up? Stay cool, Matt.
I got the last time. I don't count it,
Okay.
Because it was by the police. Like
Okay.
It wasn't a proper fight.
Yeah.
I was talking. It was actually a female officer fucking Martinez or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And we were at the Pontiac Northern homecoming game. And she was telling us to leave, and I said something smart. I was such a smart ass.
Yeah.
And I was like, you need to listen. She came up to me talking to me, and I ignored her. I just, like, looked past her. She was like, you hear me, motherfucker? You better leave. You got to clear the parking lot. So I'm like, you need to listen to Light FM. It'll put you in a better mood. Just the fucking, I just turned 17. You couldn't tell me shit. And Roach had it was me, Roach, this kid Danny, and Lope. And Roach had this little black girl up from Ohio that he had pulled from the college.
Yeah.
So she was with us.
Well, you were 17, so yeah, I was gone already, right?
Yeah, you was already locked up.
Yeah.
Because you got locked up when? Right after you turned 17?
Yeah, it was like 2 months into it.
Yeah, literally, you probably got locked up right around the same time because it was in September, like right after I turned 17.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I hop in the car. I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, fuck. She's like, I hate you fucking wannabe. She was calling, that was before wigger became the popular word. She just called me a wannabe. She's like, I hate you fucking wannabes. I'm like, fuck that fat bitch. Let's roll. And she heard me. I wasn't trying to make it so she didn't hear me. And she came and started smacking me in the face with her walkie-talkie. And I was like, I didn't like that, so I took it from her.
You wasn't like that.
And threw it out the window, out the other side of the window. I was in the back seat of, I think he had a Monte Carlo or something, like one of them old
Oh, you
phones.
were in the car.
I was in the car trying to leave, and I'm telling my man, like, yo, back, man, come on, let's fucking go, because she keeps hitting me in the face.
She's reaching in the car
to buck me in the face.
Damn.
So then, after I took the walkie-talkie and threw it out the window, she was real pissed off. So she broke out the fucking pepper spray and just started spraying up the car. Just started spraying the shit out the car. So we all bail out the car. We're coughing, can't see anything, can't breathe. And I'm on the ground like just coughing and spitting up shit. And I just feel like, boom, like my head starts getting rocked, right? She's over top of me just teeing off on my head. And I'm like bing, bing, bing. And I'm like, motherfucker. You know, she's talking a gang of shit, just beating the shit out of my head.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that either. So I got up, and I couldn't see, but I would open my eyes for a split second, just long enough to see her, and I'll start firing on her. And she was a big bitch. Like, it wasn't like I'm hitting like this tiny woman.
Yeah.
So now it's like I'm blind scrapping with this lady cop, and every now and again, like, I'm just swinging wild. I'm like orangutan style. Like, ah! And then I open my eyes, and I see Lokes on her back, and he's on her back like piggyback style, just blam, blam, firing on her in the face and shit. All the other cops see this because we're at the Pontiac Northern homecoming, and they fucking rush us. And this dude, I was told because I didn't get to see it because my eyes were closed. Runs up and fucking hits me with a running uppercut. I fly into Tia Brinker's mama's car, like bent that bitch. I fall out, and then they're over top of me, and all the cops just start beating the shit out of me. So they beat the brakes off me, fucking cuff me up. In a fucking parking lot full of people, mind you. It was like, I was lucky, like the ass whooping I got, I was lucky that there was witnesses there because they didn't give a fuck, dude. Like, imagine if there was nobody on the street.
Right.
They would have beat the shit out of me. And then the irony was I ended up having to cop a plea because I couldn't get a witness. I couldn't get a fucking witness.
Straight up.
Yeah.
So what was the charge?
Malicious destruction of property.
Oh, they ain't give you assault charge or nothing like that?
Because it was bullshit, dude. They weren't going to get us a stick. They just wanted me. I ended up getting a felony charge on the throwing out the
walkie-talkie.
The walkie-fucking-talkie, man. Throwing out the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
And people were going to the and here was the problem. Loke was a co-defendant. Roach had gotten in trouble with me. He had gotten arrested with me for some other shit, and his mom wouldn't let him testify. It wasn't like his testimony was going to do any good since he was already a co-defendant with some other shit.
Yeah.
And so, like, I didn't have no witnesses, man. So I just fucking copped a plea with the guy.
And we talked about this before, man. You know that's the way the system is built, especially in Oakland County. You know what I mean? Like they're not pushing you to like fight any cases or anything like that. It's set up so like you come in, you cop a plea, or we're going to put your ass under the jail. Yeah,
and that was the fucked up shit. I could not get nobody would testify. Like nobody, like there was a whole group of motherfuckers, but nobody would testify. Like nobody would be like, yeah, they fucking beat the shit out of this dude for fucking no reason.
Yeah.
So that was, but I don't really count that as an ass whooping. Like that wasn't like a fair fight.
Yeah.
What was your last time you got an ass whooping?
I mean, the last time that I squared off with a cat, one, I haven't fought in years. You know what I'm saying? This was probably like my last fight, man. And it was when I was 17 then too. And it was I was in the county jail, and this is for all of you people that may see incarceration at some point, but this is why they tell you not to gamble, right? There's a few rules, right? You don't gamble, and you don't fuck with fags, especially not anybody else's fag, and don't eat any candy bars you find on your bed.
Because then they own you. That was a $3,000 candy bar you just ate. You'll be fucking working that shit off or fighting that dude.
But I got into I was gambling. You know what I'm saying? I was gambling.
What were you doing? Playing dice or cards?
We were playing cards. You know what I'm saying? And dude had lost. You know what I'm saying? He lost. I was playing with it was me, this cat Gino, and this other dude. I can't even remember his name.
A mixed dude named Gino?
He was a Mexican dude.
Oh no, I don't know that one. All right, keep going. Sorry, I mean.
Nah, I mean like you remember what case he was on, man? He was on. You remember that big case? They were comparing it to fucking Menace to Society. They had ran up in an In-N-Out.
Oh yeah, shot the dudes and then took the tape and shit. Was that the one?
Yeah.
Oh,
he was on that.
In-N-Out is a liquor store,
convenience store,
or party store, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
But anyway, we're gambling and shit, man. Dude loses a bunch of items to me. You know what I'm saying? Chips and things like this here, and then owes me $9 on top of that.
Right.
Okay. Why do we remember details from shit like that?
Shit
you know
matters.
What I'm saying? Like you remembered exactly what you had said to the chick verbatim. I remember how much this dude owed me, right?
Or at least we think we do. You know what I mean?
No, I remember it was $9.
When I got robbed, I remember how much they got me.
Because I played this
12.
shit back to myself in the hole, right? Now, but let me tell you how I got there. So anyway, I let motherfuckers hype me up, man. You know what I'm saying? I let motherfuckers say, oh, man, he's punking you. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to give you that. He owes you. He owes you. He played until now he owes you. You know what I mean? And you look, if you don't get it, you know what I'm saying? Even Gino was hyping him up. Like, he paid Gino. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so he didn't pay you. He was like, fuck you.
No, you know what I mean? And really, like, you know, this is after the fact.
That's why you don't gamble.
Afterthought, you know what I'm saying, is that, like, he didn't have anything left, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was in there indigent, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't have any money on his books. So after he paid Gino, he didn't have shit from me,
right?
You know? But anyway, you know, like, they're, oh man, you gotta do something, because if you don't do something, then everybody's gonna start taking your shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go, like, I'm still in the county, right? But, you know, it's known now that I am definitely going to do some time. I'm in for armed robbery, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going to prison, and so they're telling me, like, yeah, man, you can't start out like this. You
can't
go there,
to prison.
like, you know, motherfuckers just gonna be taking your shit, you know what I mean? They punking you all the time, you know?
Was there truth to that?
No, you know what I'm saying?
Because
like,
it doesn't go from one to the other.
Nah, because one man, I went to a level 1 prison. You know what I'm saying?
This is not like fucking rapists.
Nah. These are cats that are going home. These are cats that are doing less than 5 years to the door.
So they're just trying to get. They're just trying to
go home.
The fuck going.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not fucking Oz. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers aren't getting raped, and you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't. Cats aren't getting stabbed. We're fucking pole barns.
Seems to happen a lot in those prison movies.
Yeah,
a lot of rape.
A lot of rape. It's not a prison movie if there's no rape or stabbings.
Yeah, it's always someone's getting fucking raped, dude.
The warden's corrupt.
Yeah. I couldn't watch Oz because of the guy in the wheelchair talking to the camera. I just cannot watch Oz because of Mercutio fucking talking to the goddamn camera in a wheelchair. It irritates the shit out of me. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
Man, I don't really even remember it, man. I remember the character Adebisi.
Is that the poet motherfucker?
No, it was the African brother.
Oh yeah.
The African brother. But the sideways knit cap.
Yeah, I remember exactly what you're talking about.
But anyway,
so they're hyping you up.
So they're hyping
telling
me up.
you, like, man, fuck that.
You better do something. So later that night, you know, on payday, when he wasn't gonna come with it, right? I took some peanut butter, full jar of peanut butter, and I put it in a sock, and I wrapped it around my hand, and so he knew it was coming. Right. He knew it was coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sneaking like next to him and shit. You know. And understand this, right? Understand this, right? Understand this, right? This is shit that my teenage mind fucking didn't think about, right?
Right.
Is that I'm way out of my fucking weight class, right? I'm like 115 pounds, dog. Right, this is before I started working out and shit, you know, and eating, trying to get my weight up before I got to prison. So I'm 115 pounds, man. You know what I'm saying? 117 at the most. Right. Okay. The dude that I'm going up against, he has a foot on me, right? And he's probably got like 60 pounds on me. You know what I'm saying? At least. Okay. At least, right?
You ain't think about that though.
No, none of this factored in. Right?
You're probably thinking all I have to do is hit him with this peanut butter.
This peanut butter,
he's
that's
gonna
wreck
down.
him.
Yeah,
he's
gonna
not hit. Yeah,
he's not. That's all
I get the points. Right. You know what I'm saying? I get the points. Nobody's gonna fuck with me. Right. It's gonna the word is going to travel through quarantine to whatever house facility I go to after that. Like, it's just gonna go with me.
Don't fuck with peanut butter kid.
Don't fuck with the peanut butter colored brother.
Don't fuck with Jiff. Don't fuck with Kid Jiff.
Cause he'll fuck your shit up.
Fucking wreck you, bro.
Don't fuck with Skippy. It didn't go that way.
What happened?
So I hit him with the peanut butter, right?
Yeah.
Right. I smack him upside the head. It does nothing, right? It does nothing. It does nothing but make him mad. You know what I'm saying? He hits him upside the head. And he's like, "What the fuck?" Right? It starts like smacking down on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the reason I think the reason I'm not really feeling it like that is because I was in shock.
Right,
Like, how come that peanut butter didn't work? Now he's hitting me. The peanut butter had no effect. And all the motherfuckers that hype me up, right? They're laughing, right? Like they're everybody's,
laughing. Watch you get your ass fucking smacked up.
Except Gino, right? Gino pulls him off of me and blasts him in the face, okay, and just fucking wrecks his face with one hit, like split his nose and his lips and black both his eyes all at the same time,
like a
sunk his
wreck.
fucking face into his skull. You know what I'm saying? And then it was over. Okay.
And then how long were you in the hole for?
I had to do 10 days. 10 days in the hole. You know what I'm saying? Me and Gino. And yeah, that was it.
That was the last times that we got beat up.
It was after that I started working out. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I got to get my weight up if I'm going to be taking on motherfuckers in a higher weight class.
I remember one time I got in a fight and got punched in my neck, and I just could not move my neck. I was like, I had to like turn on my whole body when people hollered at me. The time that I count as getting beat up was we were like, I was hanging out with this kid. It was me and Jamal and Sean was so dope, and he had a Chronic car.
Yeah.
So we were driving around all day in this Chronic car, and we ended up at this crack house, and over there off a wide track, right over by the west side in Pontiac. So he's like, I remember I had got $50 for like a birthday or some shit like that, and I had been saving it. And he was like, "Hey, you want to make some money?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's make some fucking money." He was like, "We'll buy a $50 double up, and you can sell the fucking crack here, and you make some money." And so I go buy a $50 double up. He's showing me how to chop it up, me and this kid Sean. And it was like in the movies, you know, like fucking dudes eating dog food, bitches fucking 12-year-olds, like fucking chicks fucking 12-year-olds for crack rocks and shit like that. And and it stunk up in that bitch. And I'm like, I don't like selling crack. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like... Like, this is a fucking dirty business.
It's nasty.
This is a dirty business for fucking $50. I just remember like, and it was like
that smell, man. That fucking smell.
Yeah, and they're fucking. They were using fucking smoking out of the goddamn TV antennas and shit. They had them jammed in TV antennas. They're over there fucking smoking, and I'm like, I sold like half my shit just to get the money back, and I'm like, I don't like this shit, dude. Like, I'm gonna take off. So I started walking. And I guess the other dope dealers at the house was like, "Oh, you gonna let that white boy sell crack here?" To Sean.
Yeah.
And they're hyping him up. "Oh, that white boy this, white boy that. Oh, you hanging out with that white boy, motherfucker." And I don't know any of this. So I'm just walking down the street. And the next thing I know, fucking Sean runs up. The dude I've been hanging out with all day.
Straight up.
Just comes up and beats the shit. He fucking just blasts me in the face. I'm like, "Whoa, what the fuck is this?" And the blap, blap, blap. He's fucking just piecing me up.
Right,
like,
and you don't even know what's going on.
I'm making a feeble attempt. He could fight. He was nice with his hands. I think his brother ended up doing time for. His brother had done time for killing somebody with a shotgun, and so like he already had the fucking. He's actually dead now. He tried to rob a fucking. I think he tried to rob a Salvation Army and got shot by the police. Yeah.
Straight the fuck up.
Yeah. So anyway, this motherfucker beat the brakes off me, dog. Like he lumped me up, dog. He lumped me up just to save face from hanging out with a white dude and shit. I was like, man, that fucking sucked, dude. Like, that was an ass whooping. Like, that was a proper fucking, he whooped my ass up the street. You know what I mean? I don't even know if I got one lick in. You know what I mean? Like, it was just... I was like, to the point where I was running. I'm like, fuck, dude, like, quit with the fucking, make it stop.
I was surprised he didn't say, look, I'm sorry about this.
Yeah. But he was crazy, though, man. The dude was nuts. And
they're looking, man, I got to do this.
And then the next to last time I saw him, you know, I was all grown up, and I saw him at the fucking free clinic. We were both getting
shots.
Treated for venereal diseases. Hey, but when I heard he died, I didn't feel one bit of remorse for that motherfucker. That dude was a piece of shit, man. He was an evil motherfucker,
It
dog.
sounds like it, man.
Oh yeah, he was crazy.
Sounds like
he was crazy than a motherfucker. I was like, damn. Is this real? Like when it was happening, I'm like, am I really just? We was just hanging out all day listening to AMG. You know what I mean? Like just blap and then boop boop boop. Yeah. So those are the times I got my ass whooped. And that was the time Ross got his ass whooped. You got any questions or comments for really? What is it?
For really show at gmail.com. 1 R.
Bam.